James Webb Telescope. One of James Webb Space Telescope's much-touted abilities is the power to look back in time to the early universe and see some of the first galaxies and stars. In this episode/video, we'll discuss some of the new discoveries that the telescope has made. The telescope now sits 1.5 million kilometers from Earth, has spotted the most distant, earliest galaxy known. NASA's James Webb Space Telescope reveals never-before-seen details of the galaxy group called Stephan's Quintet in an enormous new image. The close proximity of this group gives scientists a ringside seat to galactic mergers and interactions. James Webb Space Telescope observed a galaxy 24 million light-years away called NGC 7496, whose young star-forming regions have until now been shrouded in darkness. Hubble's instruments were unable to penetrate the thick dust and gas that surrounds these regions. It shows sparkling clusters of millions of young stars and starburst regions of fresh star birth. Sweeping tails of gas, dust, and stars being pulled from several of the galaxies due to gravitational interactions. Most dramatically, the Webb Space Telescope captures huge shock waves as one of the galaxies, NGC 7318b, smashes through the cluster. James Webb, though, can see infrared light that bounces off the dust, allowing the telescope to probe close to the moments when the stars switched on and nuclear fusion ignited in their cores. It's been seen that dust is actually lighting up. Astronomers know that Jupiter's upper atmosphere is hundreds of degrees hotter than the lower atmosphere, but they aren't sure why. By detecting infrared light, James Webb Telescope could see the heated upper atmosphere shining. It appears as a red ring around the planet. Researchers will use Webb to explore the tantalizing question of whether we can see plumes of material spewing out of moons like Europa and Saturn's moon Enceladus. Faint rings and two moons? It's only Saturn, whose rings are the most well-defined and visible to human telescopes. But the brand new photos of the giant planet present a clearer look at the faint rings of Jupiter, similar to the rings of other gas giants like Uranus and Neptune. The telescope should be capable of finding far more distant supernovas too, which will give it another way to serve as a probe of the early universe. It may also find stars being torn apart by the supermassive black holes that reside at galaxies' centers, something no previous telescope has seen. For the first time in history, we're going to be able to peer into these very deep, dark regions. The next image shared by NASA portrays the most stunning cosmic baby boom you will ever see. This bright and glassy hotbed of star formation is located approximately 7,600 light-years from the Earth. The southern constellation, called CARINA, looks like a landscape full of mountains and valleys sprinkled with glittering stars, depicts the edge of a young star-forming region in the CARINA Nebula. Until next video with amazing facts, see you.